Okay, so setup-wise is better. I would say this right-hand one is even better than the left-hand one, even though the left-hand one was better from the first lesson last time. So that's kind of like lesson 1, lesson 2, kind of like moving on, and then lesson 3. Just making sure that hand, as I said, a little bit nearer to that front leg, okay? The focus now, we talked last week about that hip rotating, but it's now this hip feeling like it's almost going that way to target. What you would do, you would sway off the golf ball here, so that left hip moves, your left hip's gone over there quite a long way. As you stood up in your backswing now just very, very long. Just a massive long journey for your club head to come back to the golf ball. Consistency wise, it's going to be very tough. The fact you stood up off the golf ball, you're further from the ball now than you were, you've got to readjust. This feeling now on this right hand one still feels, and hopefully should feel like a full swing, but we've limited how far full can go. So you see your hip now staying more on that red line there. That's as far as you can go. And that's actually a pretty good backswing in terms of the knees gone kind of inwards a little bit. This hip now is staying in its sort of an original spot, and now you can come back to the golf ball moving this way as you would do when throwing a ball, yeah? So you're moving your lower half towards target there as you come back in. Decent strike of the golf ball there, and then right the way through towards kind of a normal follow through, which is, yeah, you've got a decent follow through up on that front side. But the focus is going to be on that hip movement in the backswing. So you're turning in the body, yeah, you're rotating your spine angle, and you're keeping, there's a little bit of a tilt because this left hip is moving, like I say, when you're up against the wall, your right butt cheek's kind of going and sliding that way towards target, yeah? It's not kind of a big slide over here, because if you move that far off the golf ball, trying to return that club back to the golf ball consistently will be probably 1 in 10. Now, if you hit a lot of shots on a drive range over and over and over again, it might be 1 in 5, it could be 1 in 4. But then the thing is, the 3 and 4, 5 bad ones you have are still going to be pinging off all over the place. And when you get on the golf course, you'll soon realise not how good your good shots are, how bad your bad shots aren't. Yeah, your mate who plays a pretty good, decent standard of golf, who said he'll hit some bad shots and they'll just be off the fairway a little bit, or just in the side of the course, or somewhere in play, but still look reasonable good. Yeah, if that last shot there you hit there, if that's kind of a bad one for you, just gone off to the right, then brilliant. Yeah. It's one of the ones that sort of go ping, ping, ping around the side and end up back here that we're trying to avoid. But obviously, the club having to travel that far and your body moving as much as it was off the golf ball. I mean, look at where your head starts there and how much you almost moved your whole spine up a full head length. Yeah. Well, if you moved away from the golf ball, now something has to adjust on the way back down, and it's just a lot of adjustment back in the golf. The ball went pinging across the ground there because you haven't quite come back to the same spot you started at. Yeah. So working on that hip movement and how the body's going to rotate. Again, do some work on that wall drill, and then get the feeling of it again when you're at home practicing. Don't have to use golf balls, just put 2 objects either side of where the club would be, and just get used to swinging between those 2 things, striking the ground. Put a doormat down if needs be, dig the garden up, okay? But just put 2 tees or 2 objects you don't mind hitting, and just get used to swinging through that game. Okay, mate? Make sense?
Yeah.
Good. So just a few more then with that 6 iron or 7 iron, then we'll go to the driver, okay? But yeah, hip movement's going to be the key thing, getting that body to move now in that right way. The body staying in the right posture. I think in the past we talked about that movement and you just almost overemphasise it to move the hips and just basically got too much of a movement, yeah? So we're shortening the swing, but not by you trying to swing short. That's the important thing. So